was just a fan like everyone else. Saw it on Channel 4 in the 1980s. My dad was watching it a lot. I didn't really understand much of the sport, and sat there watching it one night, just the highlights, and they were making a fuss over this rookie quarterback, Dan Marino of the Miami Dolphins. Kind of like the way the whole media were getting excited about him, and just started following it from there. So yeah, it's been an amazing sort of journey to see how the sport's grown while I've kind of enjoyed it as a fan. I'm still a fan today.
Yeah. And so how did you get your break into journalism and covering it?
So I was a fan. I was wanting to be a journalist when I left college, and I just wrote to First Down newspaper and asked if I could have a week's work experience with them. I went up to Oxford, stayed in a tiny little room above a pub while I worked with them for a week, spent the first 2 or 3 days just filing photos, but loving it, just being around the atmosphere. And they actually went away from that week's work experience. They said they'd offer me a job, and hopefully they'd have a job for me in the next couple of months. That never materialised straight away, but I got to work as a freelance writer for First Down and for Gridiron magazine from 1991. So started to get my foot in the door with freelance work, and then I went off and became a qualified journalist, worked for the Kent Messenger Group, local newspapers covering flower shows, village fates, local ice hockey teams, football, all of that sort of stuff. So so really just from a week's work experience with First Down newspaper.
Yeah. And what were sort of the challenges of covering the game sort of before the international series with sort of NFL Europe?
Well, I mean, before the internet as well, with a lot of it. So one of the things I did with First Down, that week of work experience, we had to do a rookie report. So I had to get all of the sort of top 2 or 3 draft picks from each NFL team and get their stats for the first half of the season. It was about October time when I was doing the work experience. So I had to bring all 32 teams and get all 32 player stats sent to me over the phone or faxed to me. There was no looking it up on the internet. I mean, just how things have changed that way was huge. I think UK wasn't really looked at very seriously as a place to profile your team or profile a player, so it was hard to get interviews. That's changed now. I mean, now it's people recognise what's going on in the UK and how serious the NFL is about London and growing the game over here. So that makes it easier when you go to the Patriots or another team and ask for a big interview. They recognise the worth now, and that probably wasn't always the case.
Yeah. And finally, just something I'm asking everyone: how close do you think we are to a franchise?
I think we'll have a team within the next 5 years. I think we'll have a team of our own. I really do. I think we're getting that close. We're selling out. More than half the stadium is season ticket holders. If you look in the US, most teams only sell 60,000 seats per game. We're up at north of 80,000. So, I think the numbers are there already right now. I think that's grown to that point. There are logistical issues that need to be worked out, but there's the collective bargaining agreement between the players and the league's owners is kind of at the halfway point. There's like 5 years left of that agreement between the two. I think once that kind of covers all aspects of NFL business and how the financial pie is split up, I think any renegotiation of that includes a London franchise. I really do. I feel like we're gonna have that. I feel strongly